Elon Musk, Donald Trump feud wasn't in my 2025 bingo card, but am I the only one who is seeing it like a distraction? It's like it's a sort of theatrics in order to sway attention of Americans to other things, yet some things are going down in the background. I'm not falling for this. How about you? Let's take a listen.
Elania, I did not know you had it in you, Mr. Petty Boots. Y'all, when I say he is coming out swinging, he's coming out swinging. Elon said, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have got the presidency, which we all knew. You kept giving money on money on money so you could get into the government, and now you're kicked out with a black eye. On top of that, Elon said the reason Trump ain't dropped them Epstein files is because that boy is all up in them. Now, Elania, we know that. Give us something we don't know. I thought they was just a little infighting. They are at war now. Elon told Trump, I will live longer than you. You only got 3.5 years left in office. I will live for 40 more. Trump then called him deranged. And Elon is calling on all Republicans not to back that bill. And I think that man has the pocketbook to do so. He is the richest man in the world, okay? He's almost worth $1 trillion. He got money to blow against Trump. I didn't think Elania had it in him, but Trump, you shouldn't have took his NASA pick. You should have let him have that NASA pick, because now he coming back full swing. Y'all keep fighting. Give me something to be entertained about, because everything Trump is doing is pissing me off. So at least somebody can go toe to toe with him.
Do you know what? Why is Tesla stock tanking again? Or maybe not again, but just in general.
Why?
Yeah.
Because Trump and Elon Musk are getting a divorce. It's going to get nasty.
What's going on?
Fighting. They called his spending bill, an abomination.
A disgusting
he called
abomination.
it that. And now it's just escalating right now. Trump's like, we used to be friends. I liked him, but maybe not anymore. And Trump and Musk is like, this bill sucks. Kill it. They're fighting. I told you. It's going to be a nasty divorce.
So do you think like Musk is so unhappy after all the work that Doge did to try to cut spending that the bill is just adding so much to the deficit?
No.
Why do you think Musk is upset then?
Why do you think he's upset? Because he's supposed to.
Wasn't that the whole purpose of Doge, was to like cut government
Doge
waste?
was never going to allow us to get our budget deficit in order. There's no way. You got 85% of what he was supposed to go cut is by law. You can't cut entitlement programs, right?
No, but what I'm saying is Doge's entire premise was to cut spending. And then now you have a bill.
No. You don't. Yes. But don't look at it that way. He was tasked with one little thing to try and cut that he was not successful, right? You got trillions you needed to cut, and you cut like 100 billion, if that. And you got rid of USAID. It was a dog and pony show. Chainsaws, all that. Nothing ever happened from that.
But do you think Musk actually cared about cutting government spending?
Apparently he is. Well, that's my whole hypothesis right now. Does he really care? It's because that bill is ridiculous. It's just going to add to the deficit. Right. And the whole thing we all know right now, you hear from everyone like the Ray Dalios of the world, like, don't do that. It's getting worse and worse. Dollars being devalued, all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's millions of narratives about that. But the question is he wholeheartedly really caring about that? Or is he trying to pivot now away from Trump? Because you look what happened.
Face.
Yeah, because when he went into the Trump camp and, all his whole brand got diminished, damaged worldwide, globally.
Yeah, globally.
Yeah. Right? And
it's not just
and the war with China isn't helping his company, because China is a big market for him, and he's fighting right now with China and Tesla. So might as well just freaking just dump all this and
grenade the whole thing.
Yeah, that's basically what's going on, I think.
Okay.
So.
I cannot buy into Elon's bullshit. No way. First of all, you join Trump's camp, you support him, he wins election. You come in full force with that dramatic cutting spending and killing USAID and other corporations, saying that they are overspending on unnecessary bullshit. And yeah, again, whatever you did, I don't think it has really changed anything in America. I mean, Americans are now paying higher prices for basic things like eggs. How have you helped them by cutting spending from these corporations? You're coming to us, painting yourself as the white sheep, but in real sense you participated in all that BS. Look, I'm never going to buy into this, guys. And the last video I did, I said Trump and Elon Musk are just two people that you cannot believe. What is the big beautiful bill looks like? Trump is trying to sell to Americans that there's going to be tax cuts, obviously. Like for instance, if you're gonna get tipped, it's not gonna get taxed. He's promising favorable environment for manufacturers. I think maybe the levies for manufacturers just providing incentives and subsidies for items or raw materials that they need, cutting Medicaid. That is where now the American people are not having it, because Medicaid really helps so many people. Also in terms of food stamps that are going to be abolished because of this bill. I don't think anyone is buying that bullshit. And also, to add salt to an injury, is also removing some credits from EV companies, this electronic, like for example, this company that create electronic vehicles or motors that, use electricity instead of oil, taking those funds to finance drilling, drill baby drill. But doing all that, Congress and also Elon has shouted that despite doing that, in the next decades, it's gonna add a deficit of over 2.4, 2.5 trillion to the debt. I mean, how is that helping the United States people? MAGA, you guys, come out and defend this big, beautiful bill.
Oh boy, folks, the puffy baby men are having a slap fest. It's like a Bad Girls episode playing out on dueling social media platforms. Musk and Trump both have a hold of each other's weave, and neither is letting go. Yeah. Turns out megalomaniacs don't ultimately play nicely in the sandbox. Oh, well, it was bound to happen. Elon's in the oops, I did it again phase. He thought buying off the proverbial bully who tormented him in childhood would heal the wound he refuses to face, but no. He only opened it up again, and now he's bleeding all over everything he and Trump built together. Well, destroyed together. It all started when Elon spoke out against the big, beautiful bill in several X posts because he thinks it's a pork-filled, disgusting, shameful, ugly abomination that will bankrupt America, so not such a great look for the orange savior. Well, of course, Trump didn't waste any time before taking out his pecker and joining the pissing match. No matter that the American people are getting a nice light urine sprinkling in the fray. Nah, toddler's gotta toddle, right? Well, Trump said he's disappointed in Musk and threatened to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. Oh, that's cold. Might want to take the taco approach here, though, Grandpa, or you might live to regret it. See, the numbers are not in your favor. That's gotta hurt. The other thing is Elon's pharmaceutical habit means he's dissociating and hallucinating, not thinking. Well, Elon lobbed back at Trump a couple of doozies. He said, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude. Really, Schmeelon, do tell. Did you mess with the machines? Is that why the numbers are so implausible? Inquiring minds want to know. Elon also X'd, time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Oh, lordy, Elon. Don't be a tease. Give us all the tea, you nimble rascal. Not wanting to underperform, Elon also endorsed a post calling for Trump to be impeached, and he's taking his spaceship and going home. Yeah, Elon said SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately, which puts NASA in a pickle because the Dragon spacecraft is the only U.S. spacecraft capable of flying humans in orbit, and NASA relies on it to ferry astronauts to and from the International Space Station. Geez, this is why Americans can't have nice things. Yeah, if you didn't know this story was true, you'd think a fifth grader wrote it. But no. We are in the clutches of two tender ego schneedles who are losing it in front of the world. They might as well be fighting over who gets to push the button in the elevator. I think we should leave both of them screaming on the floor and let Child Protective Services deal with them. That would be one giant step toward making America great. Yeah. Well, Schmeelon and Orangina, have the day you deserve.
Things are only getting worse with the Elon Musk-Donald Trump breakup. Elon Musk's now saying if Donald Trump cuts his funding, that immediately SpaceX will retire Crew Dragon, which will mean that there'll be no U.S.-based way to get to and from the International Space Station. We have Steve Bannon now calling for a full investigation into Elon Musk's immigration status and his paperwork, saying it could have been forged and he might have been here undocumented. And if he is, he should be deported. In response to that, Elon Musk says that Donald Trump needs to be impeached and J.D. Vance needs to take his place. Things are only getting worse. And it's okay. Get your popcorn ready because it's going to continue. And as in the MAGA sphere, what's going on there? It's giving very much, hey, parents don't fight kind of things. Like our two dads are fighting and let's not make it visible to the world. They're all saying, Donald, quit fighting with Elon. Essentially, MAGA's turning on Donald Trump, though, outside of his major advisors like Steve Bannon, because they all support Elon more than they support Donald Trump, which is a weird turn of events. So when Elon's talking about making a third party, I'm all for it, because let's split that Republican vote. It's always nasty when your two dads break up, and MAGA's learning that right now, that any parental breakup between narcissists is always going to be messy. And that's exactly what's happening in MAGAverse right now. They let Elon Musk come in, they let him help them win their elections, and now the people he bought aren't playing ball with him, and he's going to take his ball and go home and spill all the tea on his way out the door.
Am I the only one who thinks that this union between Elon Musk and Donald Trump was really rushed? Whatever they wanted to achieve, they just wanted to do it in 100 days, forgetting that they were in office for 4 years. Now, maybe for Elon Musk, his task was to end in May 31st. Maybe I would excuse him, but whatever the plans were, it was like they wanted to achieve everything in the campaign, or everything they ever promised or they sat down and agreed upon. They just wanted to finish it in 100 days, and it seems like there's some sort of burnout in between them. Donald Trump might be in problem right now, because now if the enemies of Donald Trump now decide to come together with Elon, they can even spearhead this impeachment thing, and it's gonna be possible because DJT has a lot of haters. And if you thought it was just Elon Musk, what do other technocrats say? One Chamath Palihapitiya, who's a venture capitalist, called the bill an albatross and criticized its physical irresponsibility. Another technocrat by the name Jason Calacanis, who is an investor and a podcaster, said that the bill represents a failure of leadership on Trump's part. Interesting. Now, David Sachs, who is White House AI and crypto Caesar, defended parts of the bill, particularly tax cuts, but acknowledged the difficulty of balancing priorities. Now, you can see there are more negatives to positives to this big, beautiful bill, which means there might be a flaw in it.
Donald Trump is canceling all of Elon Musk's government contracts, and in response, Elon Musk accused Donald Trump of being a sex offender. So what's going on here is Elon and Trump are fighting. Elon came out against Trump's big signature bill that's going to add $3 trillion to the deficit. That's why Elon didn't like it, but it's also going to cut taxes for the rich. Trump came out and said he was disappointed in Elon. Trump was then asked about it and said, well, Elon didn't win me the election anyway. I would have won Pennsylvania anyway. Elon then responded earlier today and said Trump wouldn't even be president if it wasn't for me. Trump hates that. So Trump responded, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's government subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised Biden didn't do it. Trump also says Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. In other words, he kicked Elon out of the White House. I took away his electric vehicle mandate that forced everyone to buy electric vehicles that nobody wanted to buy. So Elon responds, time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they've not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald Trump. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out.
I don't think this is a distraction. Steve Bannon just called for Elon to be deported. You heard me. Steve Bannon just said we should deport Elon Musk, get him the out the country and dissolve all of his businesses with the government. But wait, there's more. Even Trump agrees that if we canceled all of Elon's contracts with the government, it could save America. It could save the big, beautiful bill. It could save our debt ceiling. But wait, there's more. Elon gets petty and drops a video of Trump and Epstein in 1992 at a party at a club that is now known as Mar-a-Lago with a bunch of cheerleaders. But wait, there's more. Elon's Tesla stock drops. Yep, now it's only worth $400 billion. But wait, there's more. Fox News is telling them to cut this shit out. They don't like it. MAGA doesn't like it, but I guarantee you MAGA will side with Elon before Trump. But wait, there's more. Kanye said, no, stop it, bros. We love y'all both. I don't give a if it's a distraction or not. Let me tell y'all something. We can do two things at one time. We can pay attention to all the shit they doing on the back end and still pay attention to the drama.
What if the fight between Elon Musk and Donald Trump was in fact staged? I mean, think about it. Elon Musk has been losing support from the left for years. He bought Twitter and went after the woke culture. And then Democrats turned on him and turned on him fast. But now, all of a sudden, he flips and accuses Trump, of all people, of being on the Epstein list? Really? And that's not just a random jab, that's a calculated move. Because what's the one thing that would instantly make Democrats cheer for Elon again? destroying Trump with a scandal they've been screaming about for years. And here's the wild part. What if Trump is on it too? These two billionaires would have known each other for years. I mean, heck, they've just been working together almost every single day. This could be the greatest political misdirection play we have ever seen. We thought Joey's cognitive decline was something. This is definitely on another level. Elon gets public redemption, Tesla bounces back, SpaceX keeps landing government contracts, and Trump, well, he walks away looking like a victim, and maybe he takes the fall to take attention off something even bigger. Is this a feud, or is this theater?
I've changed this saying for today. The enemy of your enemy is not your friend. No. Elon Musk and Trump are now beefing. That's now his enemy. That does not make Elon Musk our friend. He's also our enemy as well. He remains that. Especially when you consider that he cozied up with Democrats for so long and then became a turncoat and helped Trump win this election. No, sir. We don't cheer this on. We sit back and watch the foolery. We watch the implosion that we all knew was going to happen, and we just sit back. Like, there was no way those two egos could come into a room and not come crashing into each other. They actually lasted longer than I thought they would. And honestly, Elon kept it a little bit cute longer than I thought he would, even last week. But now the cuteness is over. Now they arguing like teenagers on different apps. Like, even the optic of this is crazy. Trump is on Truth Social making posts about Elon, which is an application he owns. And then Elon Musk is on Twitter. I refuse to call it X, the platform that he owns, responding back to him. Is that not crazy to anybody? Like, this looks so stupid. This looks so childish. These are two of the most powerful men in the world arguing on the social media platforms they own. I refuse to, no, I'm not doing it. And to be quite honest too, I know the Democrats, they have an unnatural allegiance to losers. They are itching to bring him back into the fold. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. His power in the political space is given. It's acquiesced by political parties. And so Republicans have already given him way more power than he should have had as an unelected person. Democrats, he's going to demand the same of you. Ignore that man. He's an awful person. We ignore him. We don't give him anything. We don't give him platforms. We don't reshare anything that he says. We don't give him anything. The other thing, too, is that he's already gotten what he wants out of this administration. He got them to label South Africa as pushing a white genocide, a lie. He got them to open the doors to white South African refugees and push that propaganda, which is also based on white supremacy. He got him to do all those different things. He used Doge to shut down agencies that had either investigated him, or the U.S. agency, which is a very small agency that people didn't know about, but Elon did, because that agency helps push America's response to apartheid. And he didn't like how that went down, because it took power and influence away from white South Africans like his family. And he, decades later, came and undid that organization for that purpose. So he already got what he wanted, and now he's rolling out. So him talking about, I've dropped the truth bomb about Jeffrey Epstein. His files include Trump. Well, duh. We saw the pictures. That was his buddy. Like, no one's surprised with that. And then Trump talking about, I'm going to get rid of all his government contracts. Okay. Are we going to argue about that? No, he's a billionaire. He doesn't need more money. Like, it feels like two old men in the corner arguing. Like, we're just going to laugh about it and keep it moving. But this should not be turned into any kind of strategy, in my opinion. It should just be what it is. Two people who have no business having the power they have arguing.
We cannot even categorize them as two old people in the corner arguing. These are typically two egotistical teenagers arguing in the corner and yelling, and we are in between, and their noise is just irritating. Imagine being custodian of the American people and you are behaving that way. Unclassy, unruly. Well, Donald Trump in the Epstein list. Are we surprised? Absolutely no. Unless Elon Musk is coming up with a big, beautiful piece of information that we don't know. Spill the tea, Elon. And between Elon and Donald Trump, I think whoever walks out with a W in this situation must be Elon Musk. Because look, as they have said, government contracts. He's had them for the past 4 months. He's had it all. He has fought his enemies and won. He has advocated for those white South Africans. And for that dude calling for Elon Musk documentation or papers to be investigated, you're just a loser. Because even if you do so, he's already won. He's already brought his people, the white South Africans, to United States. Even if he gets deported, he is a person who has several passports. Maybe he might go even to UK or China or just any country. You know, this is a billionaire. So it just doesn't make sense. You know how you'll clean your house, Maga, and come back to us. But anyway, apart from that, who are the losers and who are the winners in this big beautiful bill that Elon is against? Well, for the winners, definitely the seniors. It favors the people who earn a lot, the high income earners, and also workers who get tips are not gonna be taxed, so I guess it favors them. Car buyers, especially those buying electronic vehicles. Also defense, Pam Bondi. Yeah, your department. Now the losers, normal citizen. It has always been like that. A normal citizen doesn't get to benefit, especially the unemployed, the federal workers, all of them, those who are benefiting from Medicaid, from food stamps, all of them, that's just gonna suffer henceforth, I guess. But anyways, I'm gonna bring more videos of Donald Trump and Elon Musk feud. Make sure you check the original creators. Their usernames have been embedded in the stitched videos. Go follow, like for this channel, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on post notification. Till next time, peace out.